Hello, I'm Real. Sort of gonna be not necessarily a build guide, more of an unscripted showcase on the current build that I've been developing throughout the season. This is gonna get way better when more artifact mods come out. There's that one that I saw. I don't remember if it's even real. I just saw it. I just saw it in the patch notes when it was coming out, and it's that one where void weapon something or other creates like a rain of void projectiles. Whenever that comes out, if so, this build's gonna be nuts. But what is it? So this build relies pretty heavily or solely on velocity baton. Your kinetic and heavy ammo weapons, they don't matter. You can just run anything. This one though, the VS Baton. This thing has the sauce this season. If you don't have one, go get it. This is not the best roll for this. I think the best roll is either Repulsor Brace Orbs or Repulsor Brace Destab, because Destab is just really good. Replacing Orbs if you want better, if you're running what I'm running, which is Hoyle and Sidorakni, and not Hoyle and Kira Falcon. Just for better volatile rounds. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at what makes this build shine, then we'll go over the rest of it. And then the armor pieces and like mods and all that boring stuff. Before any of that though, let me jingle some keys in front of your face real fast. Let me show you what this shit can do. Pow! Punch, bop. There's so much shit going on. Alright, that looks sick. Isn't it? Alright, so. Don't know what this weapon is. I mean, how could you not? This is like pretty famous at this point. Area denial frames, legendary weather horde. They just put area of effect shit on the ground. Enemy goes in, gets damaged. Easy. The part about it that makes it so strong is this is a void weapon, and void weapons right now have a huge advantage through the seasonal artifact. And let's see that real fast. So what makes it, what's making this so strong? First part, we don't actually care about that much. Rapid void weapon final blows grant volatile rounds. It's pretty good. It's awesome. But we have ways of getting volatile rounds better. If you're running your class item with Gear Falcons, you get it that way. If you're running what I'm running, which is Faceted Bravery, you get it that way through your grapple melee. But it is nice nonetheless. What we really want from this perk, and what makes this perk really good, is the volatile detonations grant class ability energy. We are relying so heavily on, not relying heavily, but bolt charges are a huge part of this sort of rotations DPS, and the way we generate that is my favorite aspect that they've released, Ascension. Aspect rips, dude. It is sick. So every enemy you hit with that is jolted. And where is it? Dielectric. Defeating arc debuff targets grants bolt charge. Big enough group of enemies, immediate bolt charge. It's super easy. And with the boost you get orbs of power and you heal for it. So this is already such a good get out of jail free card. That just makes it, giving it inbuilt healing with that artifact perk is insane. So what's next? Because we haven't gotten to the truly insane stuff yet. Disruptive Strikes, alright. Prototonic Flare, alright. Maligned Harvest. Here we fucking go. Alright? This one right here. This is what makes this build. So, Maligned Harvest and Void Flux. This is what makes this build pop. Rapidly applying volatile causes your next instance of void weapon damage to create a weakening burst. Great. Because we apply volatile like a motherfucker. Alright? Our velocity baton's going to be applying that over and over and over again. So now, that group, hypothetical group of enemies that we have ascensioned, that we have punched, right? Our grapple punch. So those enemies are now unraveled through our punch, are now jolted through ascension, are weakened and having volatile constantly applied to them through maligned harvest. And then we get void flux. Any of those enemies that were weakened, as soon as they die, they apply volatile again, everything else around them. That's a lot of stuff happening. And it's happening off of one trigger pull. Technically, 3 button presses. Q, was it X? And then left click. Pretty fucking insane, which then activates Maligned Harvest again, which then activates Volatile Marksman again, which gives us our Ascension bag. Or our dodge, whichever you want. All of that damage, by the way, is also spawning Threadlinks, because everyone is unraveled. The orbs that our Velocity Baton's making is giving us unraveling orbs. Our Threaded Spike melee that we're running, which if you want you can switch to, I was running Shurikens for a little bit, but right now the artifact is just better for Threaded Spike. We hit, if you want to blind somebody, if you want to blind a group of enemies, Threaded Spike, grapple and do an ascension. Each one that dies has now released a blinding explosion. It's nuts. I mean, it really just does it all. This artifact mod set is one of the coolest that we've gotten so far. I've been loving it. And then we also just get free amplify, but we have that all the time anyway. This really is just lightning bolts deal more damage. So what's the rest of it? Let's look at the build itself. Obviously went over this a lot. Stylus Executioner, we're just invisible a lot of the time. Ascension, my beloved. Love this one. Grapple for Sotorachne and grapple melee and just general mobility. I love this grenade. You really shouldn't run any other grenade on this class, in my opinion. Unless you're doing some Traveler's Chosen shenanigans like I was earlier. And then Threaded Spike for the Sever. And easy melee energy for our Hoyle, and just stack that up so we can spam more. Let's look at the fragments. Faster Purpose is great. Just free shit for orbs, which we have a lot of. I mean, you'll have full overshield basically all the time when you're playing. Unless it's Nether. I gotta drink. Which, I mean, you won't have... This build is kind of optimized for Nether. Honestly. You'll have no trouble staying alive. Yeah. Faster Protection, we're grappling into groups of enemies anytime we see one, basically. So this is for that. This is for more Ascensions. You can replace this with Facet of Dawn. In fact, I actually do like doing that. We get so much ability or class ability regeneration, it doesn't matter, man. Like, just, this is not needed. This is overkill. Then we got Facet of Bravery, which is grapple ability, double dips off of. So a kill with a grapple melee will count as a melee and a grenade kill. Or at least for the purposes of this fragment. I'm not like a super tester. I don't fucking know. Easy volatile round generation. This is our main way we get volatile rounds. Or this is how we started off. And then this one's just for triple hundreds, bro. This looks sick. Yeah. That's generally the build. I don't think I need to explain armor mods. I'll do it anyway, but I mean, if your gear and stat line looks like this, I mean, you can sort of suss out what armor mods to put on there anyway. I like running a bunch of special ammo with Scout because I play in a group most of the time. Void Siphon for those orbs. We just got some stuff, man. We got some powered melee attacks for the class ability. Powered melee gives you grenade cooldown for grapple charges. To put anything here, it doesn't really matter. This is important. Emergency reinforcement. Put this shit on. If you do not have this shit on, put this shit on, bro. It's so good. Keeps me. This with woven mail really just makes you invincible a lot of the time, or at least it feels like that. And this is whatever it's the surges. I'm running regenerate and then double ability with focus into class ability. I just like my stuff being up all the time. This build feels so good when you can spam a ton of abilities. This game feels good when you can spam a ton of abilities. And then obviously 100 cloak. I touched on this a little bit in the start of the video. But I personally think the best one for this is Hoyle Siderachne. That's just a sort of a juice roll regardless. You're gonna want it, so farm for it anyway. Proximity ward. This is how we get our special ammo outside of the nether. I know when you're doing the nether, I just feel like I have more special ammo to begin with. I don't know why, but we get armor charges so easy that, I mean, we're finishing every enemy we can find. Proximity ward is really good. This can save your life. It saved my life so many times. If you're just no health and just randomly finish an enemy, it gives you some time to breathe. Super nice. And then Reaper, which honestly I don't even really use that much because Ascension doesn't count for this, but you know, it's nice to have if you're just in dire need of some orbs. So yeah, that's about it. I could do a quick little nether run real fast. So before I finish up here, and this is the end of the video, if you just wanted to see the build and recreate it for yourself, you click off. It's just me yapping at this point. Let's show some live demonstration of what this bad boy can do. And we'll call it a little. And while we're here in the nether, man, I can't even lie. They've been cooking. Oh, this is a really good spawn point to show off this build too. Man, they've been cooking with this season. I've been enjoying the hell out of the nether. I've been enjoying the new dungeon's great. The weapons look sick. Yeah. And you'll see sort of what the gameplay loop becomes when you're playing this. Which is just enemies spawn and you shoot at them and they passively die. You don't even really have to engage all that much with the content even. Hey, man. Yeah, as you can see, stuff just sort of happens. I can't really even explain all of the interactions that are happening. They just sort of, do. Really. Like, I'll throw this down, I'll grapple, and then things start dying. Yeah, it's pretty good. This has been carrying me through all levels of content. And I'm not gonna do a whole run of this, so you wanna see more, go fucking make it. Make it and play it. This build's sick. I wanna point out too, the Nether is a good explanation or sort of exhibition of this build because of its high enemy density. You don't need activities with high enemy density. This build looks great for dungeons or pretty much anything. It has no reliance. Again, it has no reliance on your primary or heavy weapons. So other than VS Velocity Baton, these two are open. You want to run Final Warning? Go ahead. You want to run fucking Queensbreaker? I think that's good right now. Particle Reconstruction is here, so Sleeper. We're going back to Warmind. Yeah. It's so good. Please try it. I'm if this gets nerfed, I fuck it, I accept it. I'm bringing this fire down. I'm Prometheus bringing this down to the mortals. You gotta try this, man. It's just too good. Also, there's the drip if you want it.